one there. Where the other one is. Oh, this check.
Why is the other one gone? Where's the receiver part?
The receiver part's up there. It's on. Over to the right.
Oh,
Check and see if they can hear you.
check, check. Looks like it's jumping on this.
It's coming out of the computer instead.
That got to go up a little bit too. The volume down on the computer.
Where?
Like on this. I just turned like put
Oh.
on what was on and then just turn that down so you can't hear it on one.
Okay.
And
There.
that should. Yeah, that should. Hey. Hey, what's going on? Anything you want to do today? Postures, body parts, anything you want to mess with? Quads? I'm feeling a little hip flexor-y myself. We do some quads, some hip flexor stuff.
Does adductor go with that?
The what? Adductors? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. I've been painting the steps the past couple days, so I've been like this. So definitely open up some hip flexor stuff. But it was my last major indoor project. Psyched. I'm psyched. I got it. I'm close. I'm close. All right, take a nice seat. Close the eyes. Sit up nice and tall. Take a couple breaths. Full breath in, complete breath out. Find that nice seated position. Feel the foundation, right? So the roots. If you're seated, it's going to be your sit bones and the outsides of your feet. If you're on your knees, it'd be the tops of the feet, the shins. Bless you. Think of all that as below the waist. So now start to breathe above the waist. Feel the ribs starting to expand in all directions. All right, what we say, front to back, top to bottom, side to side. But that visual is like a cylinder, right? Like you can see everything expanding. If you look at your chest, you can't see your back, but your chest and your ribs and your belly, you see on the inhale, everything's opening. And on the exhale, you see it all compress and squeeze to push that air out. And we build on that. We keep peeling ourselves apart. I don't do a lot of like different breathing techniques with y'all up here, but you know, one that I do downstairs at Soma is you let out 80% of your breath and you hold on to 20. And what the idea is that you're going to keep expanding and expanding and expanding. So instead of letting the ribs contract all the way, right, all the muscles to squeeze the air out, you're going to hold on to a little air and then you're going to keep expanding. And that's how you could just start to peel yourself apart. So if you take a nice inhale, you feel everything open. On the exhale, just let out about 80% of the air. So hold on to a little bit and then breathe again. You feel yourself expand even further. And as you let out the 80, you're still holding on to that 20. Inhale, expand again. You just keep opening. That's organic expansion. One of the ways to organically expand. From listening to yourself breathe, to slowing down the beginning of the inhale and pushing more on the end of the exhale, to counting out the breath, all the way to Ujjayi. Where is it that you want to settle into? And remember, you can always back up, just like you can push ahead a little. Where's your sweet spot? As the breath turns to movement, the next inhale, let the arms lift. And let the exhale bring the fingertips and the knuckle pads to root. Let the heels of the hands lightly touch. Let the breath come to that space between the palms. And even here, as you push your hands together, you're going to feel that energy run up your arms and into your chest. Now use that on that inhale to expand and open through the chest. You use that feedback. And one time together to initiate our practice. Together, the sound of Om. All together, deep breath in. We softly bow our head to our hearts, our heads to each other's hearts. Inhale, lift the head, open the eyes, release those hands. Those Oms are tough with a head full of pollen, right? For sure. So let's go all fours, hands and knees. Like everything's been covered, right? The past little bit here. So set up that all fours. Low mountain. And hands are an inch or two in front of your shoulders. The knees are an inch or two behind your hips. Pointer fingers are straight forward or turned out a little bit. Start to claw into the floor. So you're rooting down. Here's your fingertips. We want these to root. Here's those main knuckle pads. We want them to root. Your finger bones here, they can be in the arch, right? Your heel of your hand should be light, like you can lift it up off the floor, something like this, like a ridge top. Make the weight heavy here and here. Curl the toes. They want to fall in this way. So you're just going to sweep those inner heels out a little bit. Then hug those shins in. Pull your heels to your butt. You feel the backs of the legs engaging, hamstrings. Pull the pelvic floor up, pull the belly button in, pull those shutters closed. Now here's another one of those moments as you push down and as you hug in, you start to feel that squeeze. Now breathe out and expand against it. And then exhale, hold the space a little bit, and then take another inhale. Yeah, we organically expand in this position a lot, right? That's what we're doing. We're making space. So now when you're ready, cat-cow, inhale, arch the back. Right as we undulate through the spine, lift the sit bones, reach through the crown of the head. Exhale, round the back, look to your belly, lengthen the sit bones to the heels. We move with good space instead of cramming things. And then stay with the breath. So 2 or 3 seconds to inhale, 2 or 3 seconds to arch, 2 or 3 seconds to exhale, 2 or 3 seconds to round. And just undulate through the spine here. to get into that lumbar more. The engagement is when you lift the sit bones. The lengthening, the stretch, is when you go sit bones to the backs of your knees on the exhale. Just like in the shoulders, the inhale roots the heads and the arm bones deep. The exhale, you're going to feel and engages the upper back. And that exhale, you look to your belly and you stretch one more and then come to a neutral position. So find that flat back. Take the knees back a few inches. Come to puppy dog. Keep the forearms lifting up. Now start to lift the inner biceps. And feel the difference here that when we're not so weight-bearing, because in downward dog it's going to be more challenging. There's a difference between inner and outer biceps. You want to lift the inner biceps up to the ceiling. Forehead's off the mat, so you feel a lot of work in your neck and in your upper back. Pull the belly in, pull the shutters closed. Now, as the back of the neck reaches towards the ceiling, as the insides of the arms lift up, as the core stays engaged, so shutters closed, soften your chest towards the mat. TP the fingers on the right hand, thread the left hand underneath, take the twist. Now we're working the upper back a little bit. Keep that left hip from dropping. So push down, sweep that heel out, left heel. Push the knee down. Build the energy up into the hip. Breathe forward out of the waist and then twist a little deeper in the pose. Next inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. And then as you look forward, TP the fingers on the left hand. Thread that right hand underneath with the palm up or whatever your side two is. If you need a little more space, you could always take the shoulder to the block. So it would bring the floor up a little bit higher for you. And then right heel sweeps out. Energy down into that right knee, and you pull it up into the hip. Breathe forward. Like, think your sit bones are reaching back to where the ceiling and the wall meet at the back of the room. Then you're breathing forward out of the crown of the head to where the floor and the wall meet at the front of the room. And then open the chest. One more breath. Next inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Next inhale, come up, all fours, hands and knees. When you're ready, step back to plank. Back to downward dog. Now first, every downward dog, but the first one we can bend the knees just to soften it up a little bit so we can work the upper body. Start to hug those hands in, just like we did. Lift the forearms, lift the inner biceps away from the mat. Slide the back of the neck forward, kind of like you're just peeking towards the heels of your hands. You'll feel the connection in the neck and the upper back when you do that, as compared to this, where my head's just hanging, right? I want to engage those muscles. Back to the core, pelvic floor, belly, shutters. And now as the hands push down and forward, take the chest back towards the toenails. Then if you want to straighten the legs, right, you engage those hamstrings, and maybe you reach from the hips down the back of the legs, down the bottom of the heels. And then inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Drive forward to plank. Push back to downward dog. Keep it going. I do this with y'all a lot, right, because we do a couple things. In the hips, we're taking the hips from flexion to extension, just like we are in the arms, right? We're playing above and below the head. We're also linking our breath to our movement. So if it's in 2 seconds to inhale, it takes 2 seconds to come to plank. And 2 seconds to exhale, it takes 2 seconds to push back to downward dog. One more. And then this time as you come forward, let the exhale lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 nice breaths. So stay low here if you want. Come up a little higher if that feels good. But everybody's shoulders are back and down away from the ears. After the 3 breaths, lower the chest. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Remember, if it felt better to bend the knees, bend the knees. If it felt better to straighten the legs, straighten the legs. Keep your hands down. Swivel to the outside of the right foot and the inside of the left. Feel that left side body starting to peel here. Inhale, come back to center. Pause. When you're ready, swivel to the outside of the left, inside the right, but keep pushing back towards that downward dog.
Right side body, nice peel. Inhale, come back to center. Next inhale, come forward to plank. Exhale, lower, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra, baby cobra. Take the 3 breaths. Back of the heart, forward out of the front of the chest. After the 3 breaths, lower the chest or back to chaturanga. Push up through plank. Back to downward dog. Full breath in, complete breath out. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Find where your space is. So fingertips are blocks. Keep pushing down and rip those feet together. We talk about organic expansion a lot in this front flexed hip, right? So even though you're in deep flexion on this right side, you can still get organic expansion. The way that you do that is you pull your heel back to you. And as you pull your heel back, you reach your knee forward. That's where we get just that little bit of space right in that hip crease instead of us just collapsing into it. One more breath. Inhale, come up. Virabhadrasana, 1 crescent. Now we get that big stretch, right, in the front of that left thigh. Keep that heel sweeping out. It's going to bring that hip forward. Go pelvic floor, belly, shudders. Reach up through your thumbs. Maybe curl back. Feel that peel, right, from the hip down the front of the leg, but now feel it come up your belly, up your chest, up your arms, right? Neck, face, 1 more breath. Exhale the hands down. Keep the left hand down. Turn the bicep forward so we root the shoulder back. Draw the right elbow back. Maybe reach up for the twist. Keep the power in those legs. Don't let that left hip collapse on you. Keep reaching back out of your heel. Forward out of the knee and the crown of the head. Open the chest towards the sky. 1 more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Nice, y'all. Place the hand. Step back, downward dog. When you're ready, work through 1 vinyasa. That's it. Stay with your breath. Slow, controlled movements. Reach your left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Always the power in the legs, right? So any moment that your hands are going to come off, like when we're going to go into Warrior One shortly, no movement in the legs. Everything's set up here. So feel that there's an engagement by pushing down, by hugging in, front to back, side to side. Top to bottom's the push down. We feel the foundation's nice and solid. We feel the engagement's happening. And then we can express. We can reach back out of the heel. We can reach forward out of the knee and the crown of the head, just like we're breathing side to side. 1 more breath. Inhale, come up. Vira 1 crescent. Pull that belly button in towards the spine. You're going to feel that stretch. Keep getting better in the front of that right thigh. Keep the heel sweeping out and the hip coming forward just a little bit. Feel the power root up into the hips. Now breathe above the waist. When those shutters pull closed, maybe curl back a little bit. Maybe even look up to where the ceiling and the wall we meet. Maybe even look up towards the sky. And then settle the pose. 1 more breath. Control it as you exhale the hands down to the floor. The right hand is going to root and it's going to turn the bicep forward so the shoulder roots back. See, if I go this way, that's my shoulder peeling out. Here's it rooting in. And then draw the left elbow back and maybe even reach up to the sky. Try to get that left thigh parallel with the floor. See how my left thigh is? I'm trying my best to get it parallel with the floor. If you need to stay up a little higher, no problem. But do your best to work between both muscle energy and then that organic energy. 1 more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Place the hand down, step back, downward dog. Nice, y'all. Move through one vinyasa. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up. Take a nice big reach. Curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, that right hand behind your back, left hand to your elbow. Charge those legs up. Push your head back into your forearm. And then draw your fingers up towards the sky to make that stretch a little bit better. Pelvic floor's in, belly's in, shutters are closed. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Swap. Nice, y'all. Good job keeping those hips back, right? This is dying to happen. You got to keep it this way, right? That's one of our major misalignments. Those hips want to fly forward into that anterior pelvic tilt. Keep them rooted back and then stand up tall in that upper back. Exhale, release. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Keep the weight balanced in the feet. And balance means the heels are nice and rooted. The pinky toe mound, nice and rooted. The big toe mound, nice and rooted. But the toes, movable. We want them to touch the floor, but ultimately they don't need to, right? We could still find our place, but yes, we want them to rest down. I just want you to remember that the heel is number one when you root. Number two is that pinky toe mound, and number three is that big toe mound. That way the arches are nice and alive here, and the outside of the foot and the heel are where the power is rooting down into. As you look forward, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, fold into the pose. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up, big reach. Right hand's going to grab that left wrist. If you want to play with the balance, you're going to plug the right leg up. We're going to side bend towards the bricks. Keep hugging your thighs into the center like you're adducting. That'll give you the balance. And take that big breath on the left side of the ribs, right? Expand them on the inhale. And then peel them on the exhale. Yep. Inhale, come up. Swap the hand and the foot. Plug that left leg up. Hip goes to the right just a little bit as we side bend to the left. We split the energy at the hip down into the heel and up through the ribs and the arm, the crown of the head. We take that big inhale to where the ceiling and the wall meet. And the exhale peels a little deeper. Inhale, come up, nice y'all. Exhale, release, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Notice again, where's the weight? Your body weight is all forward here, right? So it's going to be easy to lose the heels. Feel that the heels are rooting down. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through your vinyasa 3 times, so just start to flow a little bit. After your 3, we'll meet back in downward dog. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Lunge. Spin the back heel. Bring the bent arm to the bent knee. Line up that balance beam. Plug that left arm in, or when you're ready, sweep the bicep up along the cheek. If you want to go hand down to the block or the floor, feel free. Work from rooting that left thigh back. The left hip, the left ribs. Keep opening up that right side body. Then start to open the knee. So the sit bone to the heel or sweeping the heel. And feel that knee starting to open towards the bricks. One of the areas we're working today in those adductors, the insides of the thighs. One more breath. Push into the front heel. Inhale, come up tall. Warrior two. Push the front leg straight. Square the toes towards the wall with the window and the door. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, fold. Wide-legged forward fold. You can see my toes are turned in a little bit, right? Because this wants to happen. So I'm going to initiate a little more of this to help balance that out. And then inhale, look forward, climb the spine up out of the waist. Then if you want to, fold into the pose. In here, we're feeling the insides of the thighs. We're feeling the backs of the legs. We're feeling that spine is nice and controlled here. You can see I keep looking out to the front of my mat, right? I don't look to the back because that's going to let my back round. I keep looking forward so the spine keeps working more towards extension than flexion. One more breath. And then inhale, look forward. Walk the hands towards the right foot. Spin those toes forward and the back heel up. Step back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. Reach the left leg straight back. Step it through, lunge. Spin that back heel. Line the balance beam up. Climb the elbow to the knee. Sweep that right arm up along your cheek. If left hand's going to go down to the floor, the block, go for it. Now this time we're going to work rooting the top of that right thigh back. We're going to work on opening that left side body up. So engage the top side to open the bottom. Pull the belly in, shudders. As the sit bone goes towards the heel and the inside of the knee opens up, rotate a little bit. So take the top of the ribs back and bring the bottom of the ribs forward. And now breathe. Look up right into that bicep. Now push into your front heel. Inhale, come up tall into warrior two. Gaze right over the middle finger. Then push your front leg straight. Square those toes towards the brick wall. Inhale the arms up. Fold. Wide-legged forward fold. Side two. Inhale, look forward. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Feel free to take your hands. You turn them out. External rotation. And you walk the heels of the hands in line with the heels of your feet. Or interlace your hands behind your back if you want to here. You can inhale, look forward, and as the exhale folds, you can start to reach the arms up overhead a little bit. A little deeper here, a little more muscle energy, right? But a little deeper stretch then when it comes to the arms and the chest. Shoulders. But keep looking out in front of you. If your hands are clasped, lower them back to the floor. If your hands are behind you, walk them out in front. Next inhale, look forward. Walk your hands towards the left foot. Spin the toes forward and the back heel up. Downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Stay with your breath. When you get back to downward dog, exhale, lower your knees. Just take a little break. Child's pose or Vajrasana, whatever feels good. Nice, y'all. We'll meet here in Hero's Pose. Flick your toenails into the mat. Hug your shins in. You're going to feel like you lift up a little bit instead of all the weight just bearing down. Pull your pelvic floor up, pull your belly button in, pull those shutters closed. Take your right hand behind you, left hand to the outside of the thigh, sit up tall. Twist towards the bricks. Maybe peek over that right shoulder if that feels good. Inhale, come back to center. Soften down the middle. Swap. So take your left hand behind you, right hand to the outside of the thigh. Use the left hand, like push it back so you sit up tall. And then you'll start to twist towards the left. Maybe peeking over that left shoulder. One more breath. Inhale, come back to center. Take your hands behind you. Maybe just lean back a little bit. Belly button in. Pubic bone to the ceiling or sit bones to the backs of the knees. You start to feel that stretch getting better through the quads. Keep hugging your knees in, though. Don't let them splay. They're going to try. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, hands down, all fours. Just reach the one leg back, open up the knee and the hip. Pull that belly button in. When we don't have good engagement in our hamstrings and our belly button isn't, like our abs aren't strong to draw the belly button in, exhale, lower, swap side two. That creates more tightness in the quads and the hip flex from that anterior pelvic tilt. But your belly's never going to beat your quads. You have to do your hamstrings. You have to engage them. Exhale, lower. I've told most of you, that's why I'm like super stingy with hamstring stretches. Because stretching your hamstrings, right, takes the engagement out of the back of the leg, which pulls the sit bones down, right? That's what's going to help neutralize the hip flexors. When you're ready, step back to plank. And being that most of you, I watch your hands go pretty close to the floor, right? Which means you don't have tight hamstrings. Even here, I'm doing an action of pulling my heels to my butt and my butt to my heels. So the back, if you felt the back of my legs, you'd feel that they're engaged. I need that because my belly button wants to fall to the floor. And where do I need my belly button to go? Towards my spine, right? Or towards the ceiling. When you're ready, push back downward dog. Full breath in, complete breath out. Look forward, bend your knees, step or jump between your hands, swing your arms up, take a nice big reach. Curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, hands in front. Tree pose. So spread your toes on left side, work from the heel. Pinky toe mound, big toe mound. Then lift that right leg up, open the hip, knees. Knee opens out as the toes go down, either low on the leg or high on the upper thigh. One's not better than the other, so find where you need to be. Keep the heel rooted. Don't worry about this knee. If it pulls forward, no problem. Take the left hip back. push your hands together and breathe up out of the waist so you clear here. Right now we can go sit bone to heel or sweep your heel forward, and there's the knee starting to peel out as we open the inside of the thigh. One more breath. Take the arms up. Keep that heel heavy now. Release the leg, bring it in front. Don't worry about kicking it back, that's last. Hinge at the hip. Try to bring your upper trunk and your arms parallel with the floor the best that you can. Now, kick that right leg back like you're trying to kick the back wall down. One more breath. Inhale, come back up, bring that knee in front. Look up maybe. Maybe close your eyes. Open your eyes. Exhale, release. Nice, y'all. Swap side too. Whether I'm low here or I'm high, I'm pushing my heel into my leg and then this straight leg back into my foot, into my heel. Don't worry about this left knee, right? Take the right hip back, the right ribs back, right shoulder back. Then push the hands together and use that to breathe up out of the waist. There's no lengthening the sit bone, right, if we're cramming down into our waist. So use that. Lift to now lengthen. Now start to feel the inside of the thigh opening. Now the arms go up. Refine your balance through that right heel. Then release the leg, come to center, find the heel again. Now hinge at the hip. Keep the heel on that right side. Remember, don't worry about the leg. Get yourself all the way out. Chest and arms parallel with the floor. Now like there's a leg press. Kick back through the wall. Reach forward out of the fingertips and the crown of the head. One more breath. Nice, y'all. Inhale, come back up. Bring the knee in front. Reroute that right heel. Yeah, now maybe look up. Now maybe close your eyes. And then open the eyes. Exhale, release. Awesome. Sit back as the knees bend, swing the arms up. Big reach. Awesome, that was a lot of work. Curl back that little bit. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, place the hands, step or jump back, downward dog. Move through one vinyasa. Full breath in, complete breath out. Look towards the heels of the hands that little bit. Don't let the head hang. Keep the weight going back, so as you push the hands down and forward, you take your chest towards your toenails, the weight's going to go into the legs. That's where we want it. And then keep breathing here. Reach the right leg straight back. Step it through. Pigeon. Nice, y'all. I don't know how long it was, but it felt good. Trina, were you counting? No. So I would be trying, this is my bad knee, so I can't get it parallel, all right? So I'm going to be tucked under a little bit here because this is the best that I have. But this way, you can see, I try to get my shin as parallel with the top of the mat as I can, right? That's going to make the pose more intense. So take that knee nice and wide out to the right edge of the mat. That width is not going to change the intensity. And then rip those knees together. And if you want to go for the fold, right, walk your hands out in front and then control it as you fold. You can bring your arms here if you want, but just make sure you're not collapsing into the pose. Keep hugging those knees together. Keep that pelvic floor pulling up. Feel the belly button draw to the spine. The left sit bone, as that left knee pulls forward, that left sit bone is going to reach back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. So don't let it collapse to the mat. The right one is going to lengthen down a little bit. And then redraw the belly again. Now breathe up out of the waist because that relationship has changed, right? Anytime you move your hips, the next breath you want to re-lengthen your spine. And then if you want to settle the pose a little more, settle the pose. And then inhale, come up, place the hands. When you're ready, lift the hips. Unwind that right leg, reach it back to where the ceiling and the wall meet. Keep the leg up. Inhale, come forward to plank with the leg up. Back to downward dog. Come forward with it up. If you want to hit a chaturanga with the one leg, hit the chaturanga. Push back. We're going to do 3 of these. And then after your 3, lower that right leg down, take a breath. Reach the left leg straight back, step it through, pigeon side 2. Push out of the big toe mount on that left foot, draw the pinky toe side of the foot back. So the foot and the ankle, right, that ankle joint's nice and engaged and controlled. Keep ripping those knees together. Breathe up. Then if you want to fold, fold. The idea is muscle energy, the definition of muscle energy is an engagement that supports a joint. Right? So think about what we talked about from our ankle, right? We started from our feet, and we start to engage and control that ankle. And we pull it up into the knee, then up into the hip, right? And everywhere that we're at, we're able to control with the muscle energy, with the hug in. Then the stretch, the organic side, stretch, bend, fold, twist, reach, right? Whatever you're going for, that's on that exhale. That's where we want to express maybe back out of our heel, right? Forward out of the, our knees really ripping back. It's like just like forward out of the crown of the head. And then we're all here, back of the hip and down the back of the leg here. One more breath. And then inhale, come up, place the hands. When you're ready, lift the hips, unwind that left leg back. Come forward with the leg up to the plank. Back to downward dog. If you want to hit the chaturangas, go for it. You know one's not better than the other, so play with what feels good to you. After the 3, lower that left leg down. Take the feet wide, walk the hands back, come to squat, Malasana. Hug the knees in first, then push the knees away to stretch. Drive the elbows down into the knees to just give a little more connection into the upper back here. Yep. And now breathe. Little deeper stretch, getting into groins and then adductors, all right, working this space here. And then if you want to stay with the stretch, all right, stay with the stretch. If you want to work the crow, lift the hips, place the hands. The knees are on, my knees are on the outside of my arms because that's where I like to work my crow from, like Malasana. But you can stack the knees on the back of the arms if that helps also. Now walk your toes into the middle so that you can push your big toe mounds together. Then look forward. And as you look forward, you're going to feel the knees on the back of the arms. The feet are going to get light. Pull your heels to your butt and keep pushing your hands down. Nice, y'all. Keep looking forward. Awesome. All right, grab your mats, find a spot on the wall. We're going to do quad stretch first. So if you feel more comfortable on the solid wall, grab a solid wall spot. If you're okay with the bricks, wherever you want to go. So if you're at home, you don't necessarily have the wall to put your leg up on, you can always go right leg to lunge, right? Lower the back knee, and then you can bend the knee, reach back and grab the ankle, the foot, or the strap, right? And this is what we're going to do, but we're just going to be up the wall a little bit more. So as we come to the wall, maybe just not so hurricane-ish on the fans. Find like a sweet spot for me, please. Thanks. It goes from nothing to everything.
I know, it's like helicopter. Is that better?
Yeah, just so it's not so. You're gonna get sucked up into the fan. All right, so let's go left leg forward, right leg's up the wall. I guess that would be a tornado, right? If I was being technical, my little Wizard of Oz tornado, not hurricane. When you're ready, come up, hands to the bent knee. Yeah, and there's that quad stretch. Now, the closer your knee is to the wall, the more intense this is. So if this feels like it's not doable, move off the wall an inch or two, right? To make it a little more accessible. As you come up, belly's got to work away from the thigh. So pull your belly button to your spine. Pull your shutters closed. Some of you are going to go arms up, arms to the wall, right? Go for it. Beyond me. I can't get there. It just wants to rip my back apart, right? So you just got to find where's your sweet spot going to be. As the knee drags forward, the stretch gets better. As the belly button draws in, the stretch gets better. One more breath. And then if your arms are up, lower them down. Everybody, hands to the floor. Then front leg comes down, and then back leg. Awesome. And then when you're ready, swap side two. Big opener, right, for sure. This is one of the really big quad openers that we do. And see, I don't rush up from here. I hang out for a few breaths. Remember I said yesterday my hip flexors were real tight, so I'm not going to rush this. And then when I'm ready, I just slowly come up little by little. This is a couple breaths for me to come up. See, if I come up like this is me just working my spine. I didn't neutralize my pelvis. See, my belly's still touching my thigh. I need to be this way. Belly in so it moves away from my thigh. That's how I get that stretch to get deeper. Head and throat back. Yeah, if you're going to take your arms up, take your arms up. And breathe. Big opener in the front of that thigh. Keep your right hip lifting up. No, your left hip lifting up and your right, no. Your right one lifts up and your left one goes down. I forget I'm doing the same side as y'all. I'm not mirroring. One more breath. And then arms down. And then lower that front leg. And then the back leg. Awesome. All right. I'll talk you through downward dog and L pose. If you want to do handstand, headstand, tripod, pincha, feel free to go on your own. You could do tree pose in your inversion today, since we did that. The idea when you do tree pose in your inversion is that you're going to feel more hug in. It's going to make the legs feel light, which are going to be up in the air, right? So you'll feel that they get light and they're able to hold up a little bit more. So if you want to try that, go for it, all right? If it's not your day to invert, you know you're always welcome to go legs up the wall or do a pose that feels good to you, okay? So if you want to stick with me, all fours, hands and knees. If you want to go on your own whenever you're ready, all right? So from the all fours, set it up real nice, build it up, right? Nice and engaged. When you're ready, lift the hips, step one foot up the wall, and then the second foot up the wall. With the knees bent, you'll be in downward dog inverted. With your legs straight, you'll be in L pose.
Nice, y'all. Remember, keep breathing here. It's easy to lose your breath. Keep breathing. The organic side of handstand, right, or inversion is, it's super powerful, right? So the only chill is breathe, right? Find a focal point, soften your face. There's not a lot of chill. It's like a warrior pose, right? It's really intense inversion. But we just honor that and then we move through it. It's meant to be hard, right? This is one of those moments that are meant to be hard in practice. Awesome. And you stay as long as you want. We'll be here for probably another minute or so, so take your time. You could work from crow to tripod. There's a little link that you could do. And when you're ready, we're going to meet on our backs. All right? When you're ready, we'll meet on our backs. So I'll talk you through 2 back bends. First bridge, then wheel. So with the knees bent, feet are on the floor. Arms are along the sides. Sacrum's flat. Belly's to spine, shutters are closed. Now remember what we talked about before. We don't want our belly button to go towards the sky. We want it to go towards our spine and the sit bones towards the backs of the knees. So real strong, pull your heels to your butt. Get those hammies on. When you're ready, slowly lift the hips. See, now I can go belly to spine, sit bones to the backs of my knees, so my lumbar is nice and puffed up, solid. Now I take my shoulders under a little deeper, so I work that back bend in my thoracic spine. That's where we want our back bends to be. Now you can push, remember we ripped our heels back to us? Now organic expansion is going to be push the heels down and forward, feel the back bend deepen under the shoulder blades, let the knees reach forward, let the upper palate of the mouth reach back so the throat opens up. One more breath. Stay engaged as you lower down. Feet wide, knees touch. One hand on your heart, one hand on your low belly. Nice, y'all. The second one, I'll talk you into wheel. I've been having a little bit of shoulder tenderness, so you're not going to see me come up in the wheel, but I will talk you into it. All right, inhale, open the knees, reset the feet, bring the arms along the sides. Feel your heels, right, with your fingertips. Make sure those knees are stacked up on top of the ankles. That's where the power is going to be. Charge the legs up, fire up that core, head and shoulders back, slowly lift the hips. If you're going to go into wheel, place your hands wide to the edges of your mat and let the hands turn out. And then plug those shoulders back nice and deep. Keep them safe. Push down and come up. Lifting the heels in bridge or wheel lengthens the curve. It makes it more accessible to go belly to spine, sit bones to the backs of the knees. One more breath. Wherever you're at, stay engaged as you lower down. Take the feet wide, let the knees touch. If your right hand was on your heart last time, left hand on your heart, opposite hand on your belly. And then just open the knees, keep the feet wide, and just windshield wiper side to side a few times.
Next time the knees fall to the right, let them settle there. Pull your left heel to your left sit bone. There's that quad stretch. If you want to take the ankle over the knee, you certainly can. If you just want to stay here in a little wider twist with the quad stretch, you can. One's not better than the other. But don't lose that belly button. And the knees are bent here. So we have a little bit of connection already in the hamstrings. Inhale, come back to center. Let the knees settle towards the left. Pull your right heel to your right sit bone. And then inhale, come back to center. Take the legs out straight, reach the arms up overhead. Take a big stretch. Spread your fingers, spread your toes. Hug the right knee to your chest, roll towards that left side, take the twist. You can always bend that bottom knee if that feels better to soften the twist. I always like reaching out of the heel, simulating that run. Inhale, come back to center, but play what feels good to you. Left knee in, right leg out, roll towards that right hip. Left shoulder stays rooted. Belly's in, shutters closed. A nice twist through the spine here. Inhale, come back to center. Take those legs out straight. Reach the arms up overhead, big stretch. And then hug those knees to your chest. Take those knees wide. Come to happy baby. You can reach one leg out, both legs out, right? Whatever feels good, but keep those knees wider than your shoulders. Keep the sacrum flat. And when you're ready, inhale your knees to center. Exhale your legs out straight. We'll take Shavasana. Beautiful practice, crew. Feel free to add or remove layers or props. I'm going to talk everyone through laying flat. But you're more than welcome to do a variation that feels good. And here's, you could always take, for hip flexors or quads, put the blanket underneath the knee or the blocks underneath the knees. And here as we lay back, we let the legs stretch out. The feet gently roll open. Arms along the sides. And as the shoulders turn back, as the shoulders settle back, the open palm turns to the sky. And the head rests back. And maybe the eyes close and the tongue softens from the roof of the mouth. So we let the body now get heavy. The mind soften back to the breath. We let the heart open. As we get ready to move the practice from the mat into the practice of life, the yoga of life. Begin here to draw in a deeper breath. Feeling the breath as it washes over the body.
your toes, your fingers, the crown of your head, through your heart, as we reawaken that better version of yourself. The fingers and the toes wiggle, let the arms and the legs stretch or reach, moving in a way that feels good to you. Taking your time, moving slowly and consciously. When you're ready, you can hug your knees to your chest. Just take a breath or two here. Roll to your right side, push the hands down, come up to a seated position. We'll meet together with our eyes closed and our hands in front of our hearts. And one more time to seal in our practice, our time together, the sound of Om. Deep breath in. Beautiful. As we softly bow our head to our heart, our head to each other's hearts. For all of that hard work and that determination, that challenge, the love and the support you always give each other, it's to you that I bow. Namaste. Thanks, crew. Good to see everyone. Super fun as always. Home crew, you know, if you need me, hit me up. Maybe I'll see some of y'all tomorrow or Saturday. If not, I'll see you soon. Thanks, crew.
Saw your money there. I was like, well, they're getting fancy offering money. Yeah, Larry's giving up.
Sorry, not the Raja, but this has to come home with me.